y'all? This is Master P. I just want to tell y'all subscribe to PIPERBOY Williams, your verified source of battle rap and entertainment. You heard me?
So I'm looking online and I'm seeing things. Right now we got a situation where Hitman Holla is kind of going in right now. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Hitman Holla has been in the news for the past couple of weeks, going back and forth with Murder Mook. A lot of us been wondering whether or not a battle between Mook and Hitman Holla will actually go down. You know, Hitman had his reasoning as to why he doesn't believe the battle is going down, and so did Murder Mook on an interview on 15 Minutes of Fame. Now, it looks like Hitman Holla and his manager is having problems because his manager is out here finessing people out of large sums of money. And check this out, because Hitman Holla gets confronted and he ain't really feeling what's going on. So Hitman Holla goes ahead and he posts, "No lie, this S-word hurt typing this, shake my head. Didn't want to have to do this, but listen, been knowing PB since 2003, and lately he hasn't been moving right, playing with people's money from all across the world and putting me in harm's way, because 99% of the time I don't have a clue on what's going on. But when people can't find him or get in touch with him, guess who they can find? Me. And I'm a sitting duck because he finessing people out of their money while I'm the one outside city to city. I'm talking about $50,000 and up type money. But that's not even a crazy part. Last night at Social Bar in St. Louis, a female walked up to me. Long story short, he sold her and her guy one of my 18-wheelers for $60,000 behind my back and been dodging them for 16 months on giving them the title. So she just so happened to run into me because her and her guy been trying to get in touch with me and was like, you don't look like the type to scam, but the truck coming back with your name and address on it. What if her guy felt some type of way and said something and now me and my guys in a position that can lead to death or our freedom out the blue because he done ran off with $60,000 of this man's money or some other S-word that got my name on it. I stand on loyalty, honor, respect. I work hard. I don't steal from people. I get my own. I'm not even gonna say too much more, man. Just want to let y'all know publicly that this is not my manager anymore. I don't have nothing to do with scamming people. S-word, I just got finessed as well. This S-word hurt me, somebody so close to me. Only reason I went to the net is because I don't know how many others he owe money to, and it's no way for me to find out. So I was left with no choice. I did a lot for that dude, and this is how he'll do me. An N-word hurt for real hearts. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Honestly, Hitman, I'ma say this. You know what I'm saying? First of all, commas. You gotta use commas, Hitman. I know you mad. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I wouldn't feel no type of way about putting a message out, especially if somebody is finessing people out of thousands, tens of thousands of dollars under the guise of working with you. He's finessed you out of money, you know what I mean, putting you in a liable position where you could potentially get sued. Your brand is on the line and people may not trust you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Hopefully you can figure this out. I'd take that dude to court. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what it is. If they can find them, but sometimes you can't find people. So I don't know how you end up handling that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Now, I do want to talk about this. It looks like Murder Mook then went ahead and did another interview, right? So he did an interview with the Uppercut podcast. Shout out to them. Shout out to Tiger. You've been doing your numbers. It's lit over there. You know what I mean? Your subscribers going up, all of that. I do want to say this. So Murder Mook goes on the podcast and he's addressing a couple of things, right? You know what I mean? One thing he does say is that he's still sober, and then he goes ahead and does this.
Then I have to correlate to all this.
You gonna pass your weed?
Oh yeah. You said
I'ma show him what sober Mook is. Like that. I'ma show him.
You're not sober.
This is come on. Listen. You gonna pass your weed? This is come on. Listen.
You know what I mean? I don't know, Mook. What is this? You know, you say you're sober, you say you're not doing nothing. You're on 15 Minutes of Fame saying that you're not doing any alcohol. You're not doing nothing. You're completely sober mind. And then in this podcast, half of it, you're sitting there burning trees. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of having a hard time believing that Mook is sober. You know what I mean? Maybe he's sober from alcohol, but something else may have ended up, you know what I mean, going in there and taking the place of alcohol. You know what I mean? But shout out to Murder Mook. It looks like, you know, he ended up having to deal with somebody that had an opposing opinion than him, right? So it looks like Tiger is talking to Murder Mook. Somehow New Jersey Twerk comes up in the conversation, and, you know, this is how it went.
Who's the last person you battled?
No words for Twerk. Shout out to Twerk. I with Twerk. Real.
Right.
Real.
Right.
Real. Twerk.
Oh yeah, I
check
seen the
to see if
blogs
I'm
that you
living.
did. That was fire too. You guys went,
Twerk,
oh yeah,
check
and then
to see if
Twerk was
I'm
there
living.
when he did the Series Jones. He was
Twerk
there.
check to see if I'm living. Then he'll crack a joke on how I'm living.
Right.
You understand?
I understand.
Real. He's a stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm. You thought you won
Yeah, of course I won.
that battle?
Yeah. Yeah.
That battle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell me what round.
I was there.
Yeah, tell me what round. Don't get yourself in this. Don't get yourself in this trouble.
No, it's not about trouble. The energy was.
Hey.
I was just
What
there.
rounds?
It's not about the.
You don't even know. You don't
I
even
thought it was the
remember
first.
the rap.
First,
You
I don't.
No, right. There you go.
But then I remember the energy.
Don't even say that, bro.
Oh my.
You know, so it looks like Tiger is one of the many people out here that feel like New Jersey Twerk actually won the battle that night. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tiger for kind of keeping it real. A lot of people, and I say this, it's difficult to interview somebody and keep it real. You know what I mean? Not that I do a lot of interviews, it's just for what you see. Some people interview people and they don't want to give pushback. You know what I mean? And I feel like you did a pretty good job. You know, you let Murder Mook talk when he needed to talk, and then you kind of interjected when you felt like it was necessary to interject. You know what I mean? And Mook said a couple of things. One of the things he said is he's not opposed to battling Arsenal. He also said that Hitman Holla has to be next as the person that he wants to battle. You know what I mean? But this is what I want to say. Shout out to Hitman Holla. Shout out to Murder Mook. What I want to say about all of this, Mook, I feel like that train has come and gone, right? If I were you, you know, if you could work out a deal, a 50-50 deal with Hitman Holla, I'm just a blogger, one out of many. But when I heard you sit down with the guy from the Uppercut podcast and you told him, people thought you was crazy for turning down 200,000, but you know what I mean? Next time when it comes around the battle, you gonna charge like 500,000 is what you saying.
Respect. If a say turning $250,000 down, right? That's integrity to niggas with money. But the that don't got or they don't see nothing, they look at it like that was dumb. They look at it like that was dumb. So niggas that got it, when you see me again, it's gonna be 500.
Right. I see what you're talking about.
And you know I ain't joking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think your numbers are kind of not indicative of what's going on in the actual culture. Smack, Beezer, all of them, you know what I mean? It looks like they don't want to be paying battlers astronomical amounts of money. Rare Breed Entertainment is no longer in the fold when it comes to big battles. Chrome 23 has gone ahead and turned down the battle. And I'm not really sure if King of the Dot would be willing to pick up such a heavy price tag, you know? But you always got outside investors who can come into battle rap just like Drake, you know what I mean, and end up doing something to where they could possibly finance a battle. You know, some people are always looking for tax breaks, you know, and if this is something that people are interested in, maybe they want to support Smack, maybe they want to support Mook, maybe they can make something happen, because we didn't think that battlers can get $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for a battle, and we seen, I think it was Calico get $60,000 for a battle or more. You know what I mean? So anything can happen, and Mook is kind of right. Yeah, this year it's a situation, but what about next year? The bag could be different. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Murder Mook. My honest assessment of the interview, I feel like, you know, you kind of went there to kind of challenge Tiger, because it looks like he gave you some free shoes as a gift that, you know, I believe he thought was worth $2,000 to $5,000. It looks like you may have been looking at trying to sell the shoes that he gave you as a gift, but you felt like the shoes was only worth $250 after you did your research, and you wanted to press him on that on his podcast. You know what I mean? The guy was trying to look up how much they were, and you kind of pressing the issue, saying like, yo, I'm not a liar, like what's going on? It kind of made it look like, yo, you just all out looking for money, you know what I mean? And not being gracious for somebody giving you a gift, you know what I mean? Whether or not it's $250, the market has changed, or $2,000 or $5,000, he gave you a gift, and you're pressing him on his podcast about giving you a gift that's not worth what you thought it was, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I felt like you had a candid interview on 15 Minutes of Fame. A lot of people in the culture was rocking with you, and you know, and they kind of forgave a lot of what they seen in the apartment and all that, but you kind of doubling down like in the interview, saying like, yo, Joe Buttons, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't nothing like for cracking that joke, and you know, things have changed now. You're trying to say things like, yo, black people should kind of look at how police have been, and you know, how we've all been oppressed and in different situations, and you know, you're kind of relating it to like, you know, police, you know, going too far, and like a police brutality type situation, where when I looked at the video or the live when the police was there, they were actually being very restrained while you were being the one that was the aggressor, you know? So it's like you're trying to flip the situation instead of taking accountability like you did before. And also on the podcast, you're smoking instead of creating the imagery of what you were saying before, that you're sober, you know what I mean? So it kind of like you say one thing and then you do another, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you're doing all this, should we really believe what you've been saying about the Hitman Holla battle and the negotiations behind that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shout out to Murder Mook. You're always gonna be a legend, a person that's on the Mount Rushmore, but you saying that you are sober, you know, and if people would look at that video as not being sober, you know what I mean? Unless you specifically speaking about alcohol, you know, but I remember like in a few videos you were saying that you're completely sober and you're not on nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. The culture is always watching. Everybody's gonna have an opinion, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you just gotta be consistent on what you're saying, you know? But shout out to Mook. We wanna see you battle. We wanna see you back in battle rap, you know what I mean? In rare form, you know, going crazy, you know? So shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. I'm just a blogger. Wait a minute. And go ahead and watch the other video I put out before this. I was live, keeping it real, you know what I'm saying, on what's going on, what I think is gonna happen with Gnome, and a couple other things, you know what I'm saying. I do want to say, where's this Verb versus Swamp battle at? We've been waiting a while for this battle to drop on YouTube, you know what I mean. I don't know what the holdup is or what, you know, but shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.